back to Mickey Car Beauty. I'm Mickey Carrico, and on my little corner of the YouTube world, I love to try on and talk about luxury makeup and skincare and sometimes indie brands. And today I'm finally trying out this beautiful collection from the summer, Salute to the Sun, UOMA Beauty. Now this didn't get much buzz during the summer, and I actually played with this a little bit, but I'm just getting to film it now. But it's this beautiful collection by UOMA Beauty, and I hope I'm saying it right. This is actually, I got this actually from Nordstrom's, and what I've read about this is UOMA Beauty is actually a Black women-owned cosmetics company. So we're seeing a lot more of women of color-owned beauty products and companies. So on my channel, I love to talk about, yes, luxury beauty, and this is part of the luxury beauty space. This is sold at Nordstrom, but I also love to support women of color-owned, queer-owned companies. So this this released in the summer, and it's based on Egypt. So you can see this beautiful gold packaging, and let me show you the box it came in. It came in this box, but when I opened it, I got that dreaded thing where, you know, you open it and you see pigment. Well, one of the pans was actually broken, so I had to actually press it in. So I don't want to put it back in here because, well, it's just dirty. So this is a Salute to the Sun palette, and it's just beautiful packaging. Again, the gold and the blue. And I believe it says part of it is based in London, California, and then Dublin, but this entire eyeshadow palette is made in Italy. So I'm hoping this palette has good, high quality eyeshadows, but we'll see. And as always, I try to do shots of the product before the beginning, at the beginning of the video, and then swatches. So let me show you what I ended up getting. So I got the palette, and then I got the Drama Bond Extreme Volume Nourishing Mascara in blue. And I just want to really highlight this beautiful packaging. So it's gold and it's shiny. It has kind of this, I don't know if this is actually actual hieroglyphics, but I'm feeling it. It's really cool. And then they have this, which do look like hieroglyphics. This is the Ankh. I think that's the eye of Hatshepsut. I'm not sure, but just the packaging alone is pretty awesome. This is drama, noun, 1 exaggerated, 2 blown up. Dramarama, lift up your gaze with this explosive and volumizing yet nourishing mascara infused with 3 essential oils. So I ended up getting the color Azurite, which is blue. And I know some of you have seen that Pat McGrath came out with mascara in blue, teal, and pink, and I was going to get it because blue is probably the most safe mascara color to get, but I had already gotten this and I haven't tried it yet, so I did not get that Pat McGrath mascara. I had bought this already, and I'm gonna try this out today. And then I ended up getting their lipstick, and I've heard a lot about their lipstick formula. So again, this is the packaging, the hieroglyphics, and the name of this is Black Magic Hypnotic Impact High Shine Lipstick in the color Hatshepsut, which I think she was an Egyptian goddess. Black Magic, unleash the goddess within with this hypnotic, high octane, high impact, high shine lipstick that will hold you spellbound. So I'm really excited for that as well. And it's also made in Italy. All the products are made in Italy. So why don't we start with the eyeshadow palette. So it's this packaging here, and you have to actually move the button to make it square, and then it opens up like this. So just really beautiful packaging. And then we'll put it back here. So you can see there's kind of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kind of I would say satin glitter shades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 4 matte shades. So I'm grabbing a Sonia G Classic Crease, and I think again for let's see, there's like 4 crease shades. I'm gonna go into Wardy, W-A-R-D-Y, this kind of taupe pinky color. And my eyes are primed and prep already, and I actually have done my base makeup. So just going into this, and it doesn't come with a mirror, but that's okay. Just using the mirror I have. This is nice. Usually if I were to look at this in a other brand, I would say like, oh gosh, that's pink. It's not gonna show up on me, but there's actually, it's really nice. I mean, okay, that was really easy to blend. And this is what I was hoping, since this is a Black owned company, that they're gonna get colors and pigments of like knowing it doesn't show up on deeper skin tones. So I'm tan, and I'm just really excited when there is companies created by people with deeper skin tones, they're gonna get it. So going back into that warty and going into the other side. So pretty. I love that color. Let me just swatch it for you here. It doesn't even look like it's gonna build up. Do you see that? And then I put it on my lids, and it's just, it has really good impact. Beautiful. I mean, if I wanted to do a really simple look, I could just use this shade and then put one of these shimmer shades in there and call it a day. There's a lot of possibilities here, and there's this gold, and I ran out of fingers. This red one at the bottom down here. Dishar. That's really pretty. I think what I'm gonna do is kind of a boring look and then build on that, just so you can see how neutral of a palette this can be. I'm gonna take the color Rust and just kind of put that on here so you can see what that looks like. That's really pretty. This is definitely a summer palette. I missed this. I didn't get to play with it this summer. I had such a busy summer. Okay, I'm gonna go in with the other color. I'm actually gonna use a brush this time. This is the color NWB. Okay, that's what I suspected. I think these almost do better with the finger. So actually I'm gonna take this Wadi color because it's green, and I'm just feeling that. Let's go into that one. Yeah, these are definitely, they apply better just with your fingers. Not, you know, some people don't like using their fingers for shadows, but I'm fine with it. It just reminds you a little bit how like the Issamaya French palette, it definitely performs better with just your fingers. Okay, so for this eye I used Warty and then Wadi, so these two colors, and for this eye I use Warty and then Rust on this eye. So I already have two different looks, just two different shadows. Okay, going into this Kesbeti here. And almost making like a wing here. Ooh, I like it. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side, although I have the green, but we're gonna go with it. Okay, I know I said I didn't want it to be that type of day where I have two different eye looks, but it might be. That's okay, because we're playing with makeup and it's the weekend. I had not seen too many people review this palette, and I'm not sure if it's because their marketing team or just it's part of the influencer thing where only certain influencers are interested in certain palettes. But I'm loving this color story. It's really, really pretty. Go back and even this out here. It's definitely, I would say this is definitely tan, person friendly. And then if you're deeper complected, this is gonna pop on you. That's so pretty. Okay, what I'm gonna do is actually go in and kind of enhance this a little bit, the Rust. And that green one is really pretty too. Shade Nebu here, and use it for my inner corner highlight. So excited. I've never tried UOMA Beauty's shadows before. So we'll see how they wear. And also wondering, I also look to see how shadows do with my eyes. My eyes tend to be really sensitive. So for example, like I used to like ABH Cosmetics, but they're not eyeshadows, those are pigment shadows. So it's just a different formula. And those tended to bother me towards the end. So I stopped using that. And also a friend told me that she likes a Putin sympathizer. So I stopped using ABH. Okay, just going into that. I think, oh God, both are really pretty with that rust and the blue and the orange, gorgeous. And then with this green, I don't know if you can see it. Really beautiful. Is there any fallout? Just a little bit with blue. There tends to be a little bit of fallout, so I'll just clean that up. So this is the color. Red ochre is the color that became damaged. So just a little bit cautious about reds because there's a lot of carmine in it, and that can sometimes really irritate my eyes, but we'll see. I'm interested in Kennet. Let's try that. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this Kennet and then run it underneath. I don't know if you can see it. It's very subtle. And I'm going into this Deshar here because I haven't used it yet. And I want to see what that looks like if I just build it up here. Okay, do you see what I did? I totally made that super editorial, and it's giving me David Bowie vibes. I love it. This is such a fun palette. I've used all of these colors except for red ochre, and I'll do a swatch for you so you can see how pigmented it is. I think I would use that as a base. What I should have done is like use that in my outer corner to like deepen the crease, but I didn't. So I've used this and rust. Let's NWB and Cuprum I haven't used. Let's use this one. Cuprum. Just cleaning off my brush here. I'm just wetting that down because I want this to grab the product a little bit more. These are definitely really pigmented. Okay, this is like a yellow gold. Even though there's a yellow gold here, this is very similar. This one's more like a mustard yellow gold. This is more of a orangey gold. Winged out and editorial. What I do is take a Sonia G flat definer. I'm gonna take a little bit of, I'm gonna take this blue a little bit just on the edge and just deepen this out here. I'm not going in the waterline. I don't like to put things in my waterline because it irritates my eyes. Okay, I'm just deepening that part. A little goes a long way. Cleaning the brush and then going into this red ochre. I cleaned off my brush, tapping a little bit, and then just going in here to deepen up that outer area. I'm taking a clean brush and just lightly buffing the edges so it's like a little bit more seamless. I like to go in on the initial crease shade, that wordy again, and I'm just gonna go in and define the eye a little bit more. And this is a trick I learned because I have hooded eyes. I have to maximize as much space as I can up here. And my left eye is always like the more challenging eye to do makeup with. Okay, I think that's enough. This reminds me, this is, okay, so very pigmented, a little goes a long way. This reminds me of what a palette I had always wanted to get but never kind of ended up getting because I was worried about the quality. It just reminds me a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury, gosh, and I'll put the name of it here down here. It was kind of like the palette when she was maybe 4 years ago, and it had like a David Bowie kind of rocker aesthetic, and it had similar colors to this. And so it had, you know, shimmery greens and blues and reds and like same color story and rust. So it had a color story similar to this. I would say these are pretty pigmented. What I'm going to look out for is any sort of fallout. There was a little bit of fallout with that last shade under here, but I will usually pin a comment and let you know how it goes throughout the day. I'm just going to quickly do my eyebrows. This is the Surat. The eyebrows. Okay, so that looks definitely more put together. So here's that side, and here is the other one. So this is, again, Salute to the Sun Azurite, which is the same color as that blue, and it's cute packaging, made in Italy, and it's this blue. So I'll do a little swatch for you to see. And this is the first time I'm using blue mascara, so it's a first for everything. It's just makeup, it's fun. Okay, so I'm gonna try to use this blue mascara. I don't know if you can see it. My lashes are not that huge, so. It actually looks really pretty. I don't know if you can see. So with this look, it doesn't look so out of sorts. And so I'm excited to see the new Pat McGrath's Nirvana palette, because it has purples and greens and I think blues. So I can see why Pat McGrath released colored mascaras, because it's gonna look pretty awesome, I think, with the looks, with the color story that her and her team created. Okay, so that is the eye look, and now I'm going to finish off with lipstick. So this is Hatshepsut. Oh, look at this packaging. So it's blue. I love it. Love this. This is so pretty. Salute to the Sun. Nice. Again, Hatshepsut, the goddess. And then it's got the UOMA logo there. Feels like it's like a heavy plastic. I don't think it's metal, but you open it and it's got the eye. I think it's a hieroglyphic, and this is the color Hatshepsut. And I'll do a swatch here. Such like a pretty brown, and I love browns. And it's what this, again, this collection came out in the summer, and so it's supposed to be kind of like glowy goddess kind of look. I mean, who doesn't love a good brown? So I'm gonna put that on. It's got, you know, and then if you're a person of color, you know this, a brown isn't necessarily a brown on tan skin. Sometimes, depending on the tone, it might look a little bit rosy. So I'm seeing, yeah, there's brown, but because there's some reflecting, and I don't want to say glitter, but some of it's a little bit underlay of shimmers, which you can see. I think it's the outer layer. That's brown, but then the outer layer is a bit shimmery. It has this like really beautiful rosy brown color. Very, no scent, which thank God. Very, very emollient and nourishing. It's almost like a balm. I see a little bit of the Chantecaille lip veils, but without that awful rose scent. And some people are like, I don't know what rose scent you're talking about. I'm like, it definitely has a rose scent. That's such a pretty lipstick. I don't know what I like more, the eyeshadow palette or the lipstick. I mean, this is definitely going in my purse. I'm putting it in my purse. So let me do a really quick swatch of this again, so you can see. You can see where it's balmy. It's very balmy. Spirited away from Lisa Eldridge, but that's more rosy colored. Just want to do a quick comparison. Yeah, that's more rosy. It's not brown. Grab the Meet Me in Berlin, which was that Lucent. Yeah, it's that Lucent formula. It was kind of like perfect brown. Also very beautiful. It's got a little bit of rose undersheen, so it's not perfectly the same, but it reminds you of this because it's also pretty balmy. The Chanel Inattendu. Swatch that. Actually, it's a little bit more rose, but there's one that's a little bit more brown. Let me grab it. Yeah, Alter Ego Chanel. Yep, 209 Alter Ego. And that was the one that was a little bit more brown. Let's do it right here. Definitely more pigmented. Oh, there's like definitely more of a plumminess to it. So it's not like exactly like one I have, but gosh, isn't that pretty? It's almost like there's like two tones to this lip balm. There's like the sheen of the gold, and then there's like a bit of a brown, and then like a rose underlay. And I remember seeing, and I'll tag the two people I saw. There was there's this content creator who is, I think she's South Asian, and the other one's Filipino, like a fair skin beauty. And they were really showing how different color theory and particularly lipstick, looks different based on your skin tone. So the woman who is Filipina, who's actually lighter than me, I think she might have used this lipstick, and then her friend who was like pretty deeper than me used the lipstick, and how it looked completely different. So I think this is the kind of lipstick that might look really beautiful on a lot of different skin tones, and just like but different depending on how deep you are or light you are or fair, and then your undertone. But I saw this, they were like playing with this lipstick, showing how it looked on her, both of them, and it looked both gorgeous. So I was like, I need that lipstick. Okay, so I think it's a beautiful collection. I am a little bit sad I didn't bust this collection out earlier. I think I was just really busy this summer. I was trying to balance like being present and then doing content creation. I tried to use as many colors as possible. I don't know if I would use all the colors on a regular basis, because it's pretty editorial. Like, this is a lot for me on the daily, but if I was going out for an event, like, I could definitely think about this palette and like zhuzh it up. This is really cool. I don't think I have a color story like this. What I don't like is that this red ochre like got destroyed, and so I actually might return it to Nordstrom and get one that is not broken, because you can see I pushed it in here to like, and I used like a coin and I like pushed the pigment back in, but it's still crumbly, and so parts, like, you probably can't see it, but the palette is kind of dirty because it broke. So, and maybe that's par for the course of this palette. Maybe it's just going to get dirty because I'm seeing some glitter particles that are just starting to make this messy. And I have to admit, I'm just a little bit OCD about my makeup. So I think I might end up I don't want to be wasteful, but I want my makeup to be nice. If I'm paying a lot of money for it, it kind of bothered me that it came broken. But that aside, I think it's a beautiful color story. I think I used all colors, but I think I did not use this one because this was a bit flakier, this one here. But that's not a bad thing. I think I could see using this like as an easy everyday look, like this one and that one together, and then being done. So you saw me at the beginning do a very basic look with just two looks. This is a beautiful color. Where is it? This one. If they had ended up selling this as a single, I would probably just buy it because it's so deceiving. It looks like a pink and you're like, that's not going to show up on me. It's almost like my skin tone. But you saw how it actually demonstrated like how pigmented it is on at least my skin tone. So if anyone, I'm going to look after, because I try not to watch anyone's reviews, I'm going to look and see if anyone with a deeper skin tone has actually reviewed this palette, because I really want to see how this works on them. These are definitely pigmented, the mattes. These shimmers, the best ones that performed were Rust and Waddell. And then these ones are okay. I think the weakest one is this NWB. That's the flakiest rose gold. But these other shimmers, the Desher and Nebu, are very pigmented as well. But and then definitely the blue one, the Cavetti, I mean, that's the one I use as my liner. So in terms of the quality of the shadows, high performing, it didn't disappoint. I'm really excited because that's kind of what I was hoping for, like when I was researching whether to get this palette. And I have been eyeballing UOMA Beauty for a while, and then decided finally to get this collection because it's so beautiful, the packaging, and then I like the color story and the gold. So I decided to finally get this one, and you know, finding out that it was made in Italy, it was really exciting because usually makeup made in Italy has a good reputation. So definitely love the color story if you're interested in kind of like these color stories. In terms of the mascara, super fun. I'm glad I got it. I think I'll put the prices all below for these products. I think these are probably, I'm going to guess this might be actually cheaper than the one that Pat McGrath is selling, because Pat McGrath is Pat McGrath. So I think, you know, this might be another alternative, because mascara, I don't really think people should be spending that much on it, especially fun colors, because fun colors generally, like, unless you're a performer or this is your vibe, you're not going to be using this every day. So why spend a lot of money on mascara? So I think I'll put the price below of how much this is, but this worked really well. And I'll let you know throughout the day how it wears. I think it's fun. I've seen a friend of mine who actually, she doesn't put any makeup on, maybe just lipstick, and then she uses blue mascara, and it looks really pretty. So that could be like an easy way to like do makeup without doing too much of a commitment on makeup. And then the last thing for sure is this lipstick. I am really, really digging it. This is like a go-to lipstick for me, this color. The formula is beautiful. It's very moisturizing. I'm going to use it the rest of the day, and I'll pin a comment how it wears below. This color, now that I'm wearing it, it reminds me a lot of the Chanel Cocoa Flash. Chanel Cocoa Flash. It was one of my favorite brown colors, and definitely a very emollient formula. It has the Chanel smell, so you got that going. But I love the color and the sheen and the glossiness so much that that was actually one of the few Chanel lipsticks I actually panned. Like, I definitely used all of it. I was thinking about buying it again, but here's the thing about that formula, about the Rouge Cocoa Flash, is that it doesn't last very long. So I would put it on, it would look really beautiful, but by an hour, the emolliency was gone. And in some days, depending on if I was really hydrated, it actually felt like it was drying down like my lips. So I really love the Rouge Cocoa Bloom formula better. Like, I don't think I can go back. Like, I don't think I'm gonna buy any more of the Rouge Cocoa Flashes because of the emolliency wears down after an hour. The Rouge Cocoa Blooms don't wear down. They're just glossy. They make your lips look plump, and they just keep staying like emollient throughout the day. So what's sad about the blooms is that they don't have a color like a brown color. So waiting for them to create more nudie, like brown person friendly lipstick colors in the Rouge Cocoa Bloom formula. They did in the nudes, which, you know, as one of my favorites of my video. I'll be posting my favorites videos for August and September shortly, but those are my favorites. The past 2 months, my favorites have been the Chanel Rouge Nude series, but still, in terms of my favorite formula for Chanel lipsticks, are the Rouge Cocoa Blooms and then the dual ended lipsticks, which were these ones. I have about 4 of these because they last forever. Anyway, it's a long way to say that I think I found a dupe for my Chanel Rouge Cocoa Flash. It's actually, looking at the camera, it's actually showing up a little bit deeper around the edge, but in person it's actually just this really beautiful, like lush brown color, like brown plus rose, and it makes my lips look really, really nice. So I'm excited. I think my favorite thing out of this collection is this lipstick, and then the eyeshadow. Let me know if you've tried anything from this brand, and then if you have, like, what products you like from them, so that maybe I should check out. I'm impressed so far. I think I'm gonna try to get more of these lipsticks. I know there's one that's like a little bit more pink or red that came out in this line, and this packaging is really sexy. I mean, I don't think I have a blue lipstick like this, like the blue case, and then just that it opens to that. I mean, that's pretty hot. So I'm a sucker for packaging. That's beautiful. And I also love blue. So these two have been my favorite out of this entire release. And yeah. So thanks for hanging out with me, beauty fam. I hope that you are doing well. And if you enjoy this video or learn something new or interested in trying out UOMA Beauty, let me know below. Comment and like and subscribe and follow. I'd appreciate your support, or share the video. And as always, please be very kind to yourself and others and just be you. Until next time, Beauty fam, take good care of yourself. Bye.